Regional 2017 Summer Recreation Program and Chip and Seal 2017. That's pretty much what we have. And then I gave you a letter that we received from David Dengler, who requests the use of the Barker Common 2 days, Wednesday, July the 26th, and then Wednesday, August the 20th, for an event called an Evening in Barker Common.
30th.
Yeah, it should say that it should be the 30th.
Oh, the 30th, yes, okay, it was a mistake, all right.
Yeah.
The 30th. Okay. And I go to mine, okay. And Mr. Dengler, you want to tell us a little bit what you think about, how are you thinking about this event?
Mr. Mayor, trustees, the Chamber of Commerce, we've talked about it for a while. We're trying to have called Evening in Barker Common. It's an event, kind of a family event, where we can bring a little energy and a little mojo to the concerts on the Wednesday night. Not every Wednesday, just those 2 Wednesdays, but also done a little more family-friendly event in conjunction with the music that's sponsored by the village, but also to the benefit of the local merchants, that we can create more foot traffic downtown Fredonia, which we think will certainly benefit not just chamber members, but all the businesses downtown. And I don't think it's done. Other similar events are held in other communities, and we're just trying to get this off the ground a little bit.
Okay,
Any
that
questions?
sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I think we're trying to make baby steps.
Right.
We just want to get off the ground, get the first 2, and then see how it goes from there.
That's great. Anybody has to?
Yeah, are you still under new business? Yes,
Yeah.
I have some if I could.
Okay.
Some time ago, I think I had approached the board and yourself, Mayor, about going around to businesses and inquiring if they, any concerns that they had and stuff like that. I still want to do that. I want to maybe make a thought here of maybe a couple trustees or a mayor and a trustee walking around to different businesses. I realize you have your business forum, but to go around to businesses and see what their concerns are, see what we can do to help their business in some way. I still want to do this myself, but I would like to invite anybody else on the board who would like to do something like that, or have the board's thoughts on anybody on that?
I think that's a great idea. You can go around and talk to business owners. What is the next step you want to take afterwards?
Well, I would get their concerns and their thoughts and their comments and try to address them the best we could with the board and yourself.
So have a special meeting about it, talk about it in a forum? Because, I understand what you're saying, and going to businesses and hold their hands is only going this far, that far, then you have to actually offer something. So that's what I'm trying to get to, what we're proposing here.
One of the reasons I'm suggesting this is because there's a couple of businesses, the White Inn, there was some rumor that there might be some possible new owners or buyers for that, and D&F Pallet, there was some rumor that might be going out now.
Which one, what was the second one?
D&F Pallet
Oh, okay.
on Clinton Avenue. Now, I don't know that for sure, and it was just rumor, but if we go around to these businesses and find out how they're doing and what they're doing, maybe we'd know these things. And before the businesses go out of business, we would be able to ascertain and be able to help them out in any which way we could.
Sure. No, I don't disagree with that at all. It just you should be ready, because if people tell you, we pay too much taxes, what are you going to do next?
Well,
And this is a very common concern.
I'm sure there's other
which I
concerns.
understand, but it's, the revenue in this village, it's not a lot. And that comes, all the revenue comes from there. So I'm all for helping all the businesses, and now we have one new one, actually, that I visited yesterday. It's the new Mexican restaurant, Mexican Grill. I can suggest to everybody, it's wonderful. Great business we did the opening this morning. So, yes, I'm fine with that, and by all means, either you want to do it or you want to go with other trustees or myself, that's fine. We just have to go to the next step, though, because people are up to here with talk. We have to go to the
Absolutely.
next step, and from that, see how we can help.
But,
I was going to say, I think that's a valid point he does, because I think even if you just do it on a one-to-one basis, it shows, one, you are taking the time to listen, and there's a new couple just across the street that opened up the little tea house, and it's just the little thing. I wasn't even aware that was coming, so I just stopped in and just say, well, how is it going? What do you do? And it was the thing I talked about, well, have you tried hooking up with the chamber? You know, it's just the little things we may be able to do, and then, you know, it's something we can bring back, and during our, you know, when we're doing our workshops, say, well, we did this, what do you think? And the more ideas we get. But I think it's a good starting point, rather than when you have a whole group of people in, like we have had before, then it can get a little out of control. It feeds on itself and gets out of control.
As
Where
I
I
said,
think
by
if you
all
do it on a
means.
one-to-one basis, it may be, it shows we're taking the initiative to find out their concerns. So I would be willing to do that. I think that's a good idea.
my thoughts were, I mean, it's great to get new business in here, but if we don't retain what we have, I mean, you know, Jim, you have a business here. I mean, maybe, I can't reduce your taxes, but maybe we can, I don't know, I'm not sure how to enhance your business or to get more people to come there. I'm not really sure exactly, but to have these conversations with the business owners, I'm sure we could come up with some valid ideas and some thoughts, so that was
So we're
my...
going to be waiting for your input in the next month or so, right? About a month?
As soon as, I can't give you, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just as busy as everybody else, so I'll try to, if Phyllis or whomever's able to do this, I'll get back to you, I guess, as soon as I can. I don't-
Great. Right, very good. Anybody else? Okay. We don't have any new business, obviously.
I want to ask something about old business. In regards to this letter we had, did we ever find out what really was happening? It came to the mayor and to the Board of Trustees, and it was Perry Mitchell, in regards to the hiring of St. George's Enterprise for the equipment for the large brush fire. And when we met last,
There's no
it was
fire
too late.
brush.
Pile, to get onto the docket, but we didn't really ever address it, so that's my question, where is it? Because you didn't know about it, you hadn't received it. And I went home, got mine, and gave him the copy. I don't know if you read it? The-
Yes.
the thing. So, where are we? Did we ever approve it, or
We
what
don't
was
have
done
that
with
in the
it?
budget.
That's what I
It's over
thought.
a $15,000 expenditure, and it's not in the budget. The last time we did the tub grinder, we had appropriated that in the budget for that year. But they estimate that there's 500 cubic yards of material up there to get rid of. I think they estimated 3 days.
Yeah, they said 2 to 3 days, and
Yeah.
I'm like
A
you,
lot
when
of
they,
stuff, and they're having problems getting rid of the material that they have at the street department now, because that's starting to back up on them, because they don't have much space left over there to dump on Webster Road, so. I don't know what we do with that, if we reappropriate funds from someplace else to cover that cost, so that we can get the tub grinder in there and get rid of that material.
Rick, would this alleviate the issue we have with dumping leaves and so forth on
No.
Eagle Street?
No, this has nothing to do with leaves,
But I mean-
this is limbs.
Okay,
No.
we wouldn't be dumping leaves up at this dump site if we
No.
opened it up?
No, not at this point, no.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you actually brought a bulldozer in there and cleared out the whole plot of land, you probably could do that.
Okay.
Did you drive up to see the pile of leaves?
I drove up, not really quite sure exactly where it's at. I mean, I drove past St. George's property there.
No,
but-
it's not up there. It's on Eagle Street.
Yes, yes,
Oh.
but I thought you were talking about the dump site that the village has up on Webster Road.
Yeah, but you mentioned the leaves, I just asked you if you drove by
Yes.
the leaf pile.
Yes.
It's like another world up there.
Yeah.
So what are the options that we have?
Four.
June
To
is
alleviate
Friday.
that?
I mean, yeah, he wants to do
Easily,
this.
Except hiring them.
I don't know. I don't know.
We have to have some options.
Yeah, the problem is the owner of the property now is sick.
Yes,
And so he's not farming, so those leaves are kind of backing up on the property, so. we're
so we
gonna
can't
need to
really
do
put any
something.
more there.
Yeah, we're gonna need to do something different, because that's, I mean, none of it's moving right now. So it is gonna become a problem.
Yeah.
We have to look at finding the funds to get the tub grinder done and get that all squared away then. So we're going to have to look at where you could reappropriate some of this funding.
Yeah, the tub grinder's gonna be okay to get rid of the limbs and stuff that are out there, but it's
But not the
it's
leaves.
really, yeah, it's just gonna clear the plot of land for bringing more of the limbs that are being dumped down here at the street department.
And we can bulldoze more space then.
Yeah, you're gonna, if that's what our decision is to use that property to dump leaves, and
We're going to,
that's what we.
it sounds like we're going to, to me, it sounds like we're going to end up having to do that.
Mhm.
So we're going to have to look at what cost there's going to be involved with that too. So I think we should look into that now so that we could start planning into the, whether it be done this year or into the early of next year.
Well, if you're gonna hire a bulldozer,
Wow.
you're not gonna be doing that this year.
Right.
I mean, if you're gonna do the tub grinder, I don't know where all this money's gonna come from.
I wonder if we could do a portion of it, you think?
Oh, that,
Of the
the
tub
problem
grinder.
is you have a mobilization cost with the
That's
tub
the
grinder, so
problem.
once you have it there, you might as well
Do the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, you might as
It
well
doesn't
just
make
get
any
the job
sense to
done.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it
You're just
doesn't
gonna-
make any
every time
sense
you
for
move that
that.
tub grinder, you're gonna pay. So it doesn't make sense to do that, so you're better off
So it seems to
getting
me-
the tub grinder there, getting all that material, throw it in the tub grinder.
Can
get
we,
rid of
can we
it.
wait a little bit longer to, so more of the, have more, then grind a larger number of limbs while it's there?
Well, they're running
and
out of
leaving-
space.
We have no space.
There's no space at all.
I think that's the first thing we have to do. Just
Oh, so
clear
then we're
up
gonna
that
have to do
space.
that. That's it, right? We're gonna have to
Even
clear
if
the
it is
space.
that we're going to put more things there, more
Right.
limbs there. But, I mean, until we come up with a more permanent solution as to what we're going to do from now on, since this is not being used anymore, I think we should really.
I was going to say, could Perry come in where he sits down with us, and again, it could be during the workshop or whatever, and we talk and see what his input is, seeing that he's dealing it on a day-to-day basis. I think we really need to get their input in, so we know which way to really go. But, I mean, I was really taken back when I saw what the hourly rate is for the grinder and the loader, and I mean, that's an expensive item we haven't budgeted. And to have to wait another whole year, dear Lord, I don't, we're looking
Yeah,
at
we're
4 or
not
5
gonna be
days.
able to.
Yeah.
Things are going to be on the street.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to do that. So, is Perry back from vacation?
Mhm. Yep.
So we should call.
Maybe next week, next time we meet, he can come and let him know what we had. And if you can come with some pictures or some ideas, and so we visually see what we need
Sure.
to do.
We should.
Rick, is the village's dump site on the south side of Webster, by St. George's Complex, or is it on the transfer station side?
I don't know where it is. I
Okay.
actually don't. Brad, do you know where it is?
It's on St. George's side.
Is that,
There's a
okay,
double gate there that it's usually shut and locked.
okay,
I could show you that anytime you want,
okay.
even if we sneak out on a work day. So, once you know where the driveway is,
Yeah,
it's a 5-minute, I can run there and show you.
okay.
And we can walk back there.
I'm just wondering if there's just a little bit of room this year at all, that maybe a bulldozer can maybe bulldoze back just enough to, if we run out of dumping at Eagle Street, that might be our only option to
Right.
dump stuff.
I don't know.
He said he clears Eagle Street, and as soon as he clears it,
That's right.
a couple days, it's back to where it was. He said it's just coming in hot and heavy.
And it's not going to stop. This is the
No.
time of the year that they're going
Yeah,
to
it's
keep
just-
bringing
it's
these
just
things
coming
in.
in
It's not
all
like,
the time.
yeah. it
With
won't stop.
workshop next week, that period could probably, no?
No,
There's
it's
no
not-
workshop.
no workshop.
The week after. But maybe Perry can come, or,
Yep.
I need to go back to this, if we can, we've done, back to the Wednesday in the park. Is that okay if we do that?
sure.
We will need a resolution to do this, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so our next meeting is not until the 24th. Is that going to be enough time to get it approved for that? That's Monday, that this would be on Wednesday.
I think so,
Okay.
right? You can approve it.
If we approve this on Monday, then the first one would be on Wednesday. That's okay. That's enough of a time.
I mean, what kind
Because,
of
you know,
preparation-
with the insurance, I mean,
Yeah,
you've dealt with us before, you're already in the
Right.
process of
Yes.
working.
We'll do all our due diligence in the meantime.
Okay,
And if it's approved on the 24th, we'll have the insurance and
okay.
whatever else we need. But besides insurance,
That's basically.
That's the biggest one.
Suspend the open container law and have the insurance.
But from their perspective, is
Are
to
you-
have the insurance.
Right.
Right.
The open container is the village board.
I mean, that's something that you have to discuss if you are willing to suspend the open container law.
Yeah.
And will that coincide on the hours that we have at the music in the park, or were you looking to extend it beyond? It's
the same.
It's the same thing, same hours?
and you know, we're not trying to duplicate Thursday in the pier.
Okay.
You know, we don't want to be like this, we have no, you know, we're not, it's not like that. This is just kind of a hang out in the park, bring your kids, and have a nice evening in park, and maybe go to dinner in downtown restaurant, or walk around to a couple little shops that may or may not, may be open, that kind of thing.
Anything else?
Mayor, where are we at, in old business or new business?
Well, nothing, obviously.
You guys should give me the stuff ahead of time so we put it on the agenda and not bring it to the meeting, because this way, if there's questions
Because I
on the
know,
board
yes.
beforehand, they can ask those questions, so. So don't hold stuff.
Oh, okay.
Give it to me and then it'll get on the agenda and then we'll go down the agenda.
Okay.
Item by item.
Okay.
And I've never seen the letter that you're referring to, so I don't even know what we're talking about as far as suspending a lick. Now you're gonna have a meeting
Right.
on the 24th, and you may wanna do something that
Come on,
I'm
look at
not,
this.
you know, I may wanna have input on tweaking a little bit,
I'm not so sure I
because some of the concerns are
suspended
that,
it.
like music on the pier, when you lift the liquor, when you lift the open container, you're also opening up the opportunity for people to bring cooler down instead of cooler down and have a beer. I'm totally okay with that, but I want you all to realize that.
If it's just for like, we're just thinking of visioning wine tasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But when you know, I don't then, like, I don't know if you can tailor a resolution that
Right,
says that it's
just-
for the purposes of sampling wine.
Right.
Or if you're going to just say, hey, we're gonna lift the, the open container will be suspended from 6 o'clock until 10 o'clock. And you realize, and I'm totally comfortable with this, but you need to realize that that doesn't preclude people from, like on the pier, bringing their coolers down, setting a cooler down, and having a beer and listening to the music. I haven't read this yet, I just wanted to make sure everybody knows that, because we're gonna be butting right up against the 24th of the
But is it necessary to suspend the open container law just to sample wine where you are, like where it is? Right.
Like for Red, White, and Blues Festival or whatever, like that kind of thing.
That, you would need the attorney to answer that question. That I've always been told, yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I obviously don't have the alcohol and beverage control law in front of me. I'd have to double check to confirm, but I believe the chief is right that it's kind of a yes/no. It can't be tailored too specifically.
Because our open container law is our ordinance. It's really, like, it's not the ABC part of it is making sure they have some sort of a permit
Okay.
allowing them to serve the wine or beer
Right.
there. They would need to have that. Now, wine is unique because it falls, there's a whole nother new caveat there where they're getting in under the agriculture law. They're allowed to serve wine. So they're probably fine. If you're using any of the local wineries, they know exactly what they have to do. But in your resolution, you probably would want to put some verbiage about provided, not just the insurance, but also the temporary licensing from the appropriate agency for which the vendor falls under. Because it may be the ABC, it may be the ag, depending on what you're serving that day.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if we could just take maybe the one that they used for like the Red, White, and Blues Festival, for example.
That was a total lifting.
But we could say just for the just for the West Common, or no?
You can say, oh, absolutely. You
Okay.
Yeah, provided you remain within the boundaries of the
Okay.
West Parker Common.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's why I wanted to have the,
Right.
I know, like.
Well, that's why I asked, so I want to make sure we can get this in
It's not
before
a deal
next
breaker. If
Wednesday.
you decide you're uncomfortable with
No, I
it,
think
we
it's-
can certainly move on to not have wine.
I think it's a good
Also, we
idea.
put craft beer in there too, it's in the letter, I put craft beer in
Right.
there.
Yeah, I think.
But they
it's
know
great.
how to, they have all those licenses
Yes,
because
they
they've
do,
done this
of course.
before.
There was a wine cellar in the history days.
Right, so
But
it's similar to that.
I think it's a great idea, it's just for, look, we've been here before where somebody just decides they're gonna wheel a food cart into the park and do something that night. And so you wanna make sure that I have the power to say you can't be
Right.
here.
Yeah, right.
If you don't have these permits, you can't be
Sure.
here. Otherwise, they can come and sell their wares right along with whoever the chamber brought in.
Right, well, just as long as, in a specific area, and it's not everywhere.
And it's just 2 hours.
2 weeks to work out the details.
Yeah,
So,
right,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Now, public portion, anybody
Actually,
from the public?
I said a couple, just quick things, and they weren't like super huge. The doggy waste stations, a station that we had for one of the parks, did we authorize DPW to put that up? Because they have it. All I was trying to ascertain was.
We did.
Okay,
But
so
the
they do have.
problem- The problem is, the owner of the store was supposed to take care to maintain it, to change the bags and all that. We did not, am I correct on that? That's what I remember.
Oh, yeah.
And now this store is closed. So the discussion was, who is going to take up that? And I don't have an answer to that. Who is going to,
Do most people mostly just put them in the garbages in the park, in the containers anyhow, per se? I mean, isn't that,
most people have their own bags, whatever, and I don't know what they do with that.
I'm assuming that's what they do.
Probably, you're probably
But
right.
if that's the case, do we still need to have more conversation with this or discussion? Or is that a no-go because the business is no longer here to provide pickup for
That's
that?
what we were
It's
talking
not only
about
pickup,
during
it's
the.
the bags too.
Yeah.
Providing the continuous filling of the
The bags.
bag thing. And that's what we were talking about that last meeting. And whether somebody's gonna step up and fill it in, or
That's
as we
that's
talked
gonna be
about,
close.
whether.
Okay, so if I could find somebody who would donate bags, and if
So
those would be.
right,
if
there's
that
no sense in
would-
putting it up if it's not gonna be filled. That's what we talked about.
Okay,
So,
okay, so I
but
just
I
need
haven't heard
to,
anything further on it.
Right.
okay.
So
Yeah,
you would have
you
to
can
direct
find some, yeah,
exactly
of
where
course.
you want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would have to tell them exactly where to put that.
So if I had some discussion with Perry on if it would be something that, if it'd be placed next to a current garbage receptacle or close to it, that would be, like I say, I think people right now, whether there's a doggy waste station there or not, they carry their waste bags with them, and if
Right.
they use them, they throw them in the, I would assume, the receptacles we have in the
They
park
do.
currently.
So,
Well, I'll try to research somebody maybe donating a quantity of bags on a yearly basis or something. I can't imagine it's that big of a situation. Second thing is the DNF, Dunkirk Fredonia hockey signs that we spoke about. Perry took care of that. The city of Dunkirk has, will make up the signs for free. So it should be sometime
Nice.
this week that Perry will get the signs and
Great.
install them,
Good.
so.
Excellent. That's great.
just wanted
Very
to bring
good.
that. Okay.
Do you have anything else? Okay. Public person, anybody from the public? Ms. Briggs?
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
I just want to put a couple quick comments in. One, I want to comment real quick about trustee Essick regarding visiting small businesses. Would you like to stand?
Please.
As a small business owner in this town for quite some time, and Jim can attest to this, we are very limited in the time that we have. We work very hard at our businesses. We're at our businesses 24/7, and a lot of times we take it home with us. Doug's proposal to come down and visit us on a one-on-one basis,
I thought about
spending
that.
15 to 20 minutes
Yes.
with me, makes a big difference in my life. For me to come here on a meeting in a general forum with other business owners, I don't seem to accomplish the things I need to say. So I just want to iterate with Doug that, yes, this is a great opportunity. I would welcome any of you to come and visit any of the businesses in town and just spend a few minutes with the owners. You know, sometimes we might not have the time, but you follow us around, believe me, we can answer a few questions and maybe point some things out that we see out there. Just to iterate. One of the other things I want to bring up was the doggy waste station. It was again, I was talking through a friend, and it was under my impression that the system was donated to the village, along with about 5 to 6 cases of bags to fill that unit.
Okay.
This is what I gathered. Yes, the business that was in town at the time is now gone. You may want to talk to, or I'll talk to, I'd be more than happy to, maybe another small business in town that might want to take over filling that station. It's great publicity for a small business owner. Or maybe a Cub Scout group, a Boy Scout group. Might be somebody that we can get that station put in and handle. As for the donated product, I don't know where it is, but apparently there was 5 cases that could last a good couple of years. So cost of the product shouldn't be an issue. Again, I just wanted to iterate a couple of small things. That's it. That's all I'm saying right now.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Let's go to we have executive session, right?
I hereby make a motion to enter into executive session as authorized by Section 105(1)(f of the Public Officers Law to discuss contractual matters pursuant to Article 14 of the Civil Service Law and to discuss a specific personnel related to a possible promotion.
I second.
Trustee Christina?
Yes.
Trustee Linden?
Aye.
Trustee Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Esser?
Yes.
Okay. We'll be back in 20 minutes. Village of Fredonia, duly called and held on the 10th day of July 2000. Village Hall, Fredonia, New York, and public notice of the time and place of this meeting has been given to the news media and conspicuously posted in one or more designated public locations in accordance with Section 104 of the Open Meeting Law.
Whereas members of this board present at this meeting have read the official minutes of the Board of Trustees' regular meeting of June 12, 2017. Now therefore be it resolved, this board approve the minutes as entered into the official minutes, and be it further resolved that the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
I second.
Trustee Christina?
Yes.
Trustee Linden?
Aye.
Trustee Jones?
Yes.
Trustee Esser?
Yes.
Correspondence was received from Festivals Fredonia requesting permission to use the gazebo and Barker Commons for the annual Red, White and Blues Festival, September the 8th and 9th, 2017.
Be it resolved that the request for Festival Fredonia to use the gazebo in Barker Commons Saturday, September 9th, 2017, for the annual Red, White, and Blues Festival is hereby approved as set forth below. A, use the Barker Common both sides and the gazebo from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. B, to bag parking meters for designated no parking around the entire perimeter of both parks. Musician vendors will use this space for loading and unloading. C, to close Church Street from Temple Street to Center Street to allow for placement of tents. D, additional trash receptacles on both sides of Barker Common, plus additional receptacles outside taverns on Prospect Street and Water Street and Main Street. These will also act as barriers for plastic containers of alcohol outside the establishment, as done in previous years, until 11 p.m. on Friday, September 8th, 2017, and Saturday, September 9th, 2017. E, close Water Street between Canada Way to Main Street from noon until midnight. F, to close the alleyway parking lot driveway between DeJohn's and Ellicott Brew Pub on Saturday, September 9th, 2017. Be it further resolved that the event is subject to the village receiving a certificate of insurance in the amount of $1 million, naming the village as an additional insured and subject to the direction of the Fredonia Police Department.
I second.
Trustee Christina?
Yes.
Trustee Linden?
Aye.
Trustee Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Esser?
Yes.
Correspondence was received from Kevin Baldoni, Pomfret Tax Assessor, notifying the board of a correction to the tax rolls due to clerical error. The exemption code was not put on the parcel for property at 43 East Main Street, Fredonia.
Be it resolved, the Village Board of Trustees hereby approves an application submitted by Kevin Muldowney, Pomfret Tax Assessor, for tax correction for the property at 43 East Main Street, Fredonia, SBL number 113-15-5-40. And be it further resolved, the mayor is hereby authorized to sign said corrected tax notice.
Second.
Trustee Christina?
Yes.
Trustee Linden?
Aye.
Trustee Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Esser?
Yes.
It's a public portion. Anybody wants to say anything at all? Nobody says anything, and the public portion is closed.
Be
Board
it-
resolutions.
Be it resolved that Jose Moya, 27 Oak Street, Jamestown, New York, is hereby appointed to the position of part-time police officer effective July 11th, 2017, on an as-needed basis at a rate of pay $14 per hour with no other benefits, subject to all civil service rules and regulations.
I second.
Trustee Christina?
Yes.
Trustee Linden?
Aye.
Trustee Jones?
Right.
Trustee Esser?
Yes.
Be it resolved that the resolution of Perry Mitchell dated July 7th, 2017, for the purchase and installation and all required software of a new Top Gas system upgrade by the Pump Doctor of Eden, New York, is hereby approved at a cost not to exceed $15,756.84.
Second.
Trustee Christina?
Yes.
Trustee Linden?
Aye.
Trustee Jones?
Aye.
Trustee Esser?
Yes.
Be it resolved that the training request of Steve Manos to attend the New York State Code Enforcement Basic Training Program in Montour Falls, New York, July 25th through 27th, 2017, and August 8th through 10th, 2017, at a cost not to exceed $272, is hereby approved.
I second.
Trustee Christina.
Yes.
Trustee Linden.
Aye.
Trustee Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Essek.
Yes.
Be it resolved that upon recommendation of Thomas Battaglia, Director of Fredonia Pomfret Recreation Department, Corey Dolly, 46 Liberty Street, Fredonia, and Jacob Tarnowski of 10412 Chestnut Road, Dunkirk, are hereby appointed to the seasonal positions for the 2017 summer recreational programs at an hourly rate of $9.70 with no other benefits to be given. July 11th, 2017.
Second?
Trustee Christina.
Yes.
Trustee Linden.
Aye.
Trustee Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Essek.
Yes. Be it resolved that the Village Streets Department is hereby authorized to do chip and sealing and crack filling of the attached schedule of streets at a cost not to exceed $80,000.
Second.
Trustee Christina.
Yes.
Trustee Linden.
Aye.
Trustee Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Essek.
Yes.
Anything else?
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Trustee Christina.
Yes.
Trustee Linden.
Aye.
Trustee Jones.
Aye.
Trustee Essek.
Yes.
Have a good night. Thank you very much for coming.
Want to get out of here.